love Jesus. It's rather warm. Rather warm. You know what I'm saying? I got family in the building. Hello, Falava. Y'all didn't know I'm mixed. My father's Samoan. My mom is, African American. That's why you'll never really see me dance. I'm mixed. I ain't got no rhythm. I don't work out well. But one thing I can say is, I can remember growing up, and I want to be personal. Like, I don't know, anybody in the building when you were growing up ever wanted to be a superhero? Anybody? Oh yeah. Yes. I'm not alone. Like, I can remember growing up, and I wanted to be a superhero so bad. Like, I'm different than y'all though, because y'all wanted to be. I knew one day when I got older I would be. I just knew I would be. So I would go in my mom's room and get the big towel and roll under my collar for a cape. So I wanted to fly. Anybody else did that? Anybody else wanted to fly? So you get the fake cape. And I just knew one day I would be a superhero. Like, one day I knew that I would be asleep, and then in my ear would be this faint whisper. And in my ear would be this whisper that would awake me from my slumber. And it would draw me from my slumber to the front door, because outside the front door would be this barn. And I know we didn't have a barn yet, but one day I knew it would come, because in that barn would be where this green crystal was located that would speak to me and tell me that my father was from another planet and that I was an alien. And because of that big yellow ball in the sky, I would be able to fly and kill you with my heat vision. I knew it. I just knew it. But that day never came. It never came. Nothing. I was foolish. It never came. But I just knew one day that I would be able to travel with my family, and we'd be on a vacation, and somehow we'd be riding out by the desert. And I grew up in Southeast Texas. There is no desert, but I knew one day we would be by a desert, because in that desert would be where they were doing experiments with gamma radiation, and there would be an explosion that would knock my car from the street and blow me out of the car and knock me out. And when I came to, I would be green and larger with muscles and superhuman strength. And since I didn't have it yet, I would practice on my sister, like, Hulk smash! Busting in her face. Then my mom would go out and get a belt and be like, smash! Funny, I wanted to be a superhero, but that day never came. That day never came. And for most of you in this room, you're just like I was. Because you think that one day, like a superpower, godliness is just going to show up. Like one day, all of a sudden, you'll just get it right. Like one day, you'll be living the life that the Bible tells you to live as a Christian. That's not how godliness happens. The Bible is clear. Those that abide in me will love the things that I love. They will hate the things that I hate. Christ says that if anybody in here says they're a friend to the world, then they're an enemy to God. They're an enemy. And we have to deal with the fact that those who don't know Christ are enemies. And the problem about an enemy is one day you will face conflict with the Father, and He will win. But for those of us in this room who know Christ, then live the life that you've been called to live. I believe it. Let's do it.